Hello and welcome to another video review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Zowie AFK competitive gaming mouse. Did the unboxing about last week, so if you missed that, be sure to go ahead and check that out. And if you've already seen it and you want the detailed specifications and what I think about the mouse, keep watching this video. So basic things I'm going to talk about is the aesthetics and the design of the mouse, how comfortable it is, the performance and how good of a sensor it uses, and the tracking and whatnot. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about the price. Alright, so let's jump into it. So first, I'm just going to talk about the overall physical design, the aesthetics. They used a full rubber coating, so every inch of the mouse is going to be fully rubber coated, except for the side buttons, and obviously the bottom of the mouse, which is going to be plastic. When I first felt it, I thought it was a little bit rough, but after getting to use it, it softened out a little bit, and it feels nice now. So it is a very nice rubber coating. The design of the mouse is fairly small though. I mean, I have fairly big hands, so if I put my hand over it, it's I wish it was a little bit bigger. So this was kind of geared towards people with a little bit of a smaller hand. Big hands can still work on this mouse as well. On this FK, it's kind of similar to the AM, where they want to go for this claw grip style like this. They want you to claw it. So it is similar in that sense, but other than that, it's very different. Everything from the scroll wheel to mouse 1 and 2 to the concave sides here, to the mouse side mouse buttons here, to the height. Even the height on this mouse is going to be a little bit lower. So basically it's just like a revamp for claw grips, and if you want to lift it up. Just another quick thing to note, that mouse 1 and 2, there's kind of an indent on mouse 1 and 2, so it kind of contours to the finger and stuff like that. So it's not going to be like the normal mouse button 1 and 2. There's little grooves there for your finger to go. Some people might not like it, some people might like it. I found that myself, it took a while to get used to, but after the fact that I got used to it, it didn't really bother me. I don't really think it makes a big difference personally, but some people might find it comfortable, some people might not. So it's just a thing of trial and error, so you definitely have to try it out and see if you like it. And overall, the aesthetics, I think it's a very clean looking mouse. It's very simple. It's all black, yellow scroll wheel, and yellow Zowie logo. So it's all straightforward. No fancy glowing lights or anything like that. If you're one of those type of people who needs to have LED lights and glowing gaming gear, then maybe you shouldn't be gaming, because that's more of a show-off thing. But anyways, so yeah, definitely straightforward, clean looking. It'll match pretty much any setup and stuff like that. So I think they went with a very clean approach on this mouse. So I'm just going to show you the bottom. You see how it's all black and yellow, very simplistic Zowie logo. Just, yeah, straightforward. I love it. Alright. Now I kind of talked about aesthetics, design, comfortability in one, but I'm just going to go in depth about comfortability a little bit more. So it is a very comfortable mouse, though it is a little bit more narrow than my Sensei, so it took a while to get used to. The first night that I was gaming on it, my pinky did cramp up a little bit because I have to squeeze it a little bit harder, but after a while I got used to it and it's all good from there. So now that I game on it, I'm normally gaming a few hours a day, and it's very comfortable. I don't notice any fatigue or anything like that. The scroll wheel is broken in, so it feels very solid now. I guess I broke in the rubber coating feel, so the rubber coating does feel a lot better now, once softened up, I guess. I don't know. And I got used to the groove inlets. All good. It's a very comfortable mouse. Out of 10, I would say probably a 9 out of 10, just because it's a little bit on the small side and I have big hands. But if you're one of those people with a little bit of smaller hand, I definitely would say that this mouse would be perfectly comfortable from any kind of mouse that you're coming from. Let's say if you're coming from just a regular stock mouse that comes with a computer, or if you're coming from a Death Adder or a Sensei or a G9 or a G500 or MX518 or any kind of mouse, that I can guarantee that you'll get used to this mouse for sure. Believe me, I've used every mouse. This mouse is probably the best mouse I've handled. Alrighty, so I think that pretty much wraps it up about the aesthetics, design, and comfortability. So in a few seconds I'm just going to show some glamour shots on the screen. If you want to stare at these a little bit longer, I'll post a link in the description, so be sure to check that out. Alrighty, now I want to talk about the performance. So one thing that caught my eye about Zowie is that they're using the Avago ADNS-3090 sensor. So basically, it's probably the best optical sensor on the market right now. If you're looking for something with precise tracking, I would say Zowie is definitely the best way to go. I've looked at the other mice that use the same sensor. It just seems like a lot of advertising gimmicks, and the mouse doesn't seem very appealing to me. So that's why I went with Zowie. I like their simplistic designs. I like what they're trying to do with their company, and I like that they value performance over everything else, and they want to be like pretty much the best manufacturer. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they want to be the biggest. They just want to have the best gaming equipment out there, and they want everyone to be able to have it. It's one thing I really like about Zowie. It features the top of the line optical sensor. So one thing to note, that optical sensors currently, they don't go very high in DPI. This one specifically goes up to 2300, and you can toggle it between 450, 1150, and 2300. Another cool thing is you can adjust the USB polling rate. You can change it from 125, 500, and 1000. I kind of mentioned this in the unboxing video, but if you're using like a low sensitivity, you want to keep it at 500 Hz or less. And if you're using 2300 DPI, you want to keep it at 1000. That's where, when I tested it, that it had the least amount of jitter and the most precise tracking. So yeah, just be sure to keep it in those ranges. Personally, I'm using 450 with 500 megahertz polling, or 500 hertz polling, sorry. And I found that it's perfect for me. I play a lot of different FPS games. I play League of Legends, I play StarCraft, I play all those kind of games. 450 is fine for me in every single game I play. Now I just want to talk about the switches. So this one uses Huano switches. Most people have mixed reviews about them. Personally, I like them. So I'll just click it for you a little bit. So that's Huano, and then I'll get the AM over here, and then I'll click that one as well. So I'll put it side by side. Okay. And now the FK. I feel like clicking on the FK is a little bit better. I can't necessarily say why, it just feels a little bit better. It feels more responsive. I feel like I can double tap a lot faster, so like let's say if I'm pistoling or if I need to just click quickly, I feel like the switches on the Zowie FK is a lot better. Not saying that the AM has bad switches, because that one feels amazing too, but the FK just feels that much better. So the scroll wheel on the FK feels very tactile, it's very responsive, and you're not going to miss a scroll. So like let's say if you're using a scroll wheel to switch a weapon, it's definitely not going to mess up, and it's not going to over scroll or under scroll or anything like that. It's not going to miss a very accurate scroll wheel. And also, it has a very nice satisfying click to it. So like let's say if you're playing Call of Duty and you need to use mouse 3, you can definitely have a nice tactile feel there. So you don't have to worry about a bad scroll wheel. Another cool thing is you can switch this mouse from left-handed to right-handed mode. It'll indicate on the box what buttons to press before you plug it into your computer. Very easy to do. So this mouse doesn't require any drivers or software, which is what I like. It's just straightforward and to the point. I know I've been like saying this over and over again, but that's what I like about this company. So moving on, the side buttons also feel very nice. There's not a lot of travel to it. If you need to like use it as like a hotkey for anything, or just people have it set up to knife for Call of Duty, so that's going to be really easy to use too. So you're not going to like accidentally bump into it either, because your thumb's going to be here, and you're not like, even if you squeeze, you're not going to push the mouse button. So, and it's really easy to access. So sorry guys, I'm going left-handed, but anyways, you get the point. So very nice design on the mouse buttons on the side. They do use a plastic cable. I don't know why they use this approach, but personally I like it. when using this mouse compared to a mouse with like a braided cable, I feel like this one is less resistant and it can fly around my desk a little bit better and not drag on anything. And it's a lot lighter too, so personally I like it. But like I said, it's like more of a trial and error thing, guys. So like I said, I can't really talk more about the performance of this mouse other than it's probably the best mouse in terms of tracking and comfortability in my personal opinion. So like every game I've played, it's like my aim is always on point. I feel like I have more control on the Zowie FK and the Zowie AM rather than like any other mouse I've had. Like other mice, I've felt like jitter, or it's just that the design wasn't comfortable, so I couldn't really feel the mouse out, or like, I don't know, it's weird to describe, but I just didn't really have control when I handled other mice. So I didn't have that problem with Zowie, so definitely I'm in love with this mouse. And another thing is, just to kind of conclude this review, I just want to talk about the price. So basically, they're giving you pretty much the best sensor, very clean aesthetics, probably like the best design, because they're asking professional gamers, hey, what do you want to see in the mouse? And then they're taking their ideas and putting it into their gaming gear. You're definitely getting a value product. In the US, this mouse will go for $59.99, which is probably like the cheapest mouse you can get currently. Like if you look at other mice, they're around like 70, 80, 90, 100 plus. What I really like about Zowie is that when they market their products, they're trying to aim for pretty much everyone from the bottom up. So they want everyone to have excellent gaming gear. Just because it's cheap, it doesn't mean that it's a bad product. It's actually far from that. So basically, Zowie is probably, in my eyes, the best peripheral company currently. There's definitely a lot of things that they're gonna adapt to and change. They're still fairly a new company compared to other companies, but I like their direction that they're going in. Their products that they have out now are very innovative, I think, and they're excellent products. If this mouse came out from like, let's say, another gaming company, I don't want to name names, but let's say a more popular gaming company, I would say that they'd probably charge around like $100 for this mouse. Just because they would vamp up on the sensor and that it was designed by a specific pro, but they don't do that. They don't like hype up anything. So they're basically saying, hey, we'll offer you a phenomenal product, pay for it, and then that's it. So it's very straightforward, is what I like. So $60 for probably the best gaming mouse on the market. I think that's a steal. So definitely one of my all-time favorite mice. And just to wrap up, I just want to kind of overview what I've talked about. So I've talked about the aesthetics and the design of the mouse. I've talked about the comfortability. I've talked about the performance, and I've talked about the price. So those are the main factors that you're going to be wanting to look for in a mouse. This mouse has it all, is what I'm trying to say. This mouse has a good design. It's very comfortable. It has precise tracking. It looks clean. I mean, there's nothing that is wrong with this mouse. Nothing. Alright, and I think that pretty much wraps it up for this review. I would like to thank you guys for watching, and please give this video a thumbs up if you thought it was either helpful, informative, or entertaining. I do these videos for you guys, so if I could just get some support from you by just hitting the thumbs up and clicking the subscribe button, I'd definitely appreciate it. And if you want to help me out by sharing this video, I would definitely appreciate that too. Most of these products I will be paying out of my pocket, so I can definitely use any support I can get. So I would like to thank you guys again for watching, and see you guys next time.